Hey, what's up? This is Laidback Luke, DJ and producer, and today I'm gonna tell you all about my prep for my Tomorrowland 2022 set. Prepping for my DJ sets. It's been a long time actually. I never really invest that much time into prepping a set, even if it's a MainStage set like the Tomorrowland set right here. And why I don't do that? You'll get to know why in this vlog. Okay, so I have this radio show on One World Radio, which is Tomorrowland Radio essentially, and my show is called Wayback Luke. In Wayback Luke, I always take the listener back to a certain era or a certain time and highlighting the history I have with that artist. And Tomorrowland was kind enough to give me the Daybreak Session set each and every Saturday of Tomorrowland. So I'm doing this 3 weekends on the main stage, but they said it should be a Wayback Luke type of theme. A Wayback Luke type of theme. So an honorary warm-up set, and I'm saying honorary because they have like the biggest names opening up the main stage, which is the Daybreak Session. And I came up with this really good idea. I was like, why don't I take my crowd with me through the history of dance music, but like the full history from 1988 up until now. Yeah, this is a great idea. Tomorrowland thought it was a great idea as well, but then it became not such a great idea. Because 30 years of dance music is an extreme amount of dance music that you need to plow through to find the exact right tracks for the job. If you find them, which tracks to then actually play, how do you organize it? It was a huge task. But I had a game plan. Initially I had 3 hours, so first hour would be 1988 until 1995. The second hour 1995 until 2000. And so this gave me a base, like an anchor point from which I could work from. But okay, I still needed to locate all the tracks from 1988 until 1995 for just the first half hour. So shout out to whomever made this list on Spotify, because this gave me anchor point number 2. I could just type in the year and then a list would pop up. But I often would come across some names and I was like, oh, that track. And didn't they release this? And mind you, because I've been DJing for over 25 years now, I actually have all those tracks either on vinyl or on CD. And actually a lot of these tracks I've stored on my hard drive. Fun fact, this really thick USB is a backup of all the CDs I used to play, and those CDs were at least 2,500 of my vinyl digitized as well. What a vlog. If you're enjoying this right now, if you enjoy me giving you all of this backside information, make sure to give me a like right now, and do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Let's continue. And so I was going through the list, noting names, looking up tracks, looking to see if I would actually have the file and whatnot, and I would put them in a dedicated folder. So this folder at a certain point would be huge with a tremendous amount of names or track titles in there. Here's another anchor point for me. So on a usual main stage set, I play about 40 tracks in an hour. So this means I would at least in my folder go up to 20. Now it was time for me to actually make a playlist. So how I see this is me sketching a certain vibe. Thinking back of this stage that I've played a bunch of times now, thinking about the crowd, maybe thinking about the moment of the day. Now coming back to this whole Daybreak session being a warm-up set, it is obvious that from all those years and from the Spotify playlist, right, I could just take all the hits and just smash out all the hits, but it's a warm-up set. And so I don't want to do that. I want to set a mood and I want to keep it open for the rest of the DJs that are going to play the hits anyway on that main stage. I went through all the tracks and searched for those tracks that were kind of familiar, but still had that lower energy. And occasionally, you know, I was flirting with some hits like, oh, should I play the original remix of A-Track and the Yeah Yeah Yeahs? But then I thought the crowd is gonna hear that about 100 more times during the day, so that's not it. And it really became a sort of like a taste making, where maybe some of you have missed out on some of these tracks, and I'm here to actually present it to you like, oh, undiscovered amazing tracks that you didn't know, and hopefully, you know, you Shazam it, or when you hear it, your knowledge of the history of dance music broadens. And I'm already anticipating that, yeah, there's gonna be some curveballs. Speaking of curveballs, I had all the folders set out for a 3-hour set. Last minute I get to hear it's gonna be a 2.5-hour set. And I was like, man, wow, I'm gonna need to improvise. Makes me a little bit nervous, but the work wasn't over. Now it was up to me to set cue points. Now, good thing is that the majority of it are tracks that are on my phone or on my DJ Pro AI app. So I could just like lay back, be on my phone, program my cue points. If you think about it, each folder has 20 tracks. So that's 120 tracks you need to put cue points on. So that took me a little bit. And after the cue points I had set, I was going through my tracks as well, just to rehearse and see if it really indeed fits. And luckily enough, a bunch of the keys matched as well. And then to give it that official Wayback Luke, almost radio feel, and also for the crowd to know what I'm doing, I recorded a bunch of jingles for it where I'm like, hey, what's up? This is Laidback Luke taking you way back. Right now we're listening to music from 1988 until 1995 so that people know, like, why is he playing all this old stuff, right? So right now, right here, right now, with Tomorrowland being tomorrow, I'm pretty confident with my set. I think it will be a nice build-up. I think it will be emotional. And so stay tuned because I'll be back. I'll be back straight from Tomorrowland and I will tell you how it went and if I indeed stuck to my playlist and if everything just went as I anticipated. We'll see. And so I did it. I performed at Tomorrowland MainStage, opening up the MainStage today. I just got back and I want to report back to you as to how it went. And as expected, it went differently than I had planned out. First of all, the tracks I was playing were longer than I was expecting. When you do an opener set, one does not play 40 tracks an hour, and these were like more tracks with a build up and longer breaks, so I had to cut out a few tracks on the spot, skip a couple of tracks to finally get to where I wanted to go with the set. And also today was very warm. I saw the crowd vibing, and at a certain point we were in a sort of Latin type of vibe, and the track I had planned out to mix after, I was just looking at it, it was not going to work, so I built on that on the fly. And so Tomorrowland gave me the special assignment to be mindful of the visitors of every weekend, that they would not feel like they have missed out. But knowing me, being me, I could never play the same set every weekend. And so how that goes is something I explain in my online digital DJ course, is where if you have a combo of 2 tracks, what you do with those 2 tracks is you add another track in between. So you go from this track to a newer track to that combo at the end. In short, this will feel like a totally brand new set or a totally brand new experience while you're essentially doing the same thing. So all 3 weekends will be different, but will still feel the same. And you'll hear similar tracks, but in a different order. And here's what I'm trying to say. You can never anticipate on something like the temperature or the amount of people that are in front of you or the energy that they are having right now, or even like how the stage feels, how the DJ booth feels. Everything on the spot and on the second can vary, and it's never something you can anticipate. So it's actually really powerful to be able to switch it up, but do something that's really integral for that moment in time itself, for it to optimize the proper dance floor energy and vibe. And then this would be the moment for me to thank Tomorrowland for having me back, for having me on One World Radio, and for giving me the incredible opportunity to be there each and every Saturday of Tomorrowland 2022 with a Daybreak set, opening it up for the day with my Wayback Luke. And so if you want to hear my set, if you want to see my set, make sure to leave it in the comments, but look in the description as well. There's links there, and I can't wait for you to hear the final result. Alright, if you enjoy me sharing my DJ knowledge with you, make sure to give me a thumbs up and give me a like as well, because there's gonna be a dedicated Tomorrowland vlog as well, where you see the backstage life and all of my schedules and how it actually looks for us artists. And I will catch you back here for the next one. Until then, L's up.